Hey everybody, I'm Pete Collins and I'm one of the Photoshop guys, and I'm excited to talk to you about one of the great new features in the newest version of Photoshop. This one is all about upsampling. And you may have heard that term before, but it may be a little confusing. All it is taking a small picture and blowing it up to make it a bigger picture. And the reason why that could be a little bit tricky is because when you make something bigger, it tends to get blurry. Well, Photoshop's done a pretty good job in the past, but they've tweaked it to make it even better if you need to take something small and make it bigger. Let me show you what we have in here. Let's say you have an image like this that you want to use as an element in something and it's just a little too small. Or perhaps you needed to print something and you wanted it to match the paper that you had. Well, what you're going to need to do is come in here and simply go to Image, Image Size, and you're going to see this new dialog. The great thing about this is you can adjust the size of the window to see what you need to see, and that's a great improvement. Also, what you may want to do is set this for when you're playing around and learning how upsampling works. Just simply set this to %. You can have it pixels or whatever you want, but I like to play with %, and then now I can see how it works by simply going and typing in 300. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase the size of this picture by 300%, or make it 3 times bigger. Now, one of the great things you have with this new feature is that you have 7 different options here. And they also have keyboard shortcuts, so you could just toggle through them. The one you're probably going to like to play with the most is Preserve Details. And this is where they've done some great tweaking to allow you to get some really good upsampling detail. Finally, you're going to want to be able to reduce the noise if upsampling brings in noise with it getting bigger. So now you've got that on the slider so you can adjust how does that look all the way up, all the way down. You may even want to decide how does it look if I go to something like nearest neighbor down here, and it doesn't look quite as good, so you just simply go back up, Preserve Details, then say OK. And in a moment it's going to go from 100%, now it's 300%, but now that's the native file size for this image. Let me show you the difference. This is 300% blown up, and if we take this and we just simply visually go 300%, you're going to see a difference between how one looks versus the other. Let's pull this to the side and now we'll compare. You've got one right there. You've got a lot more jaggies, you've got a lot more stuff going on there. Photoshop has really taken that image and cleaned it up, even though you've made it 3 times bigger. It really does a good job. So if you ever need to get in there and make something a little bit bigger, or even quite a bit bigger, I'd go to Image Size and play with that upsampling and be able to get a much better image than you could before. Once again, I'm Pete Collins, and I'm so excited with these new features. Make sure you check out the rest of them here on the website, and thank you for watching.